Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Canada-wide COVID relief event for the devotees in Mayapur, India and Bangladesh. As you are all aware, the COVID situation in India is extremely dire and getting worse by the day. This tragedy is heavily affecting ISKCON devotee communities around the world and especially in India, who are dealing with loss of lives and livelihoods. Canada is extremely heartbroken for these devotees who are suffering, and we are sending our love, support, and prayers. As Srila Prabhupada said, ISKCON is one big family. With this in mind, we must help our fellow devotees from one devotee to another. Prayers and love go a long way, and it is much needed right now in this time of crisis. The leaders of Canada wanted to put together this program to help support those devotees who are suffering in India and Bangladesh. Today, we have a jam-packed program that includes several kirtans from different centers across Canada, various speakers such as His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, His Holiness Radhanath Swami, His Holiness Bhaktimarga Swami, and many more. Please stay tuned throughout the program so that we can collectively use this opportunity to send our heartfelt support. We will also be having an auspicious Nrsimha Yagna for the protection and well-being of all the devotees. This evening's program will be hosted by Geeta, Monisha, and myself, Radhapriya, and we look forward to serving you. We hope you enjoy this program and feel inspired to assist, spread awareness, love, and prayers to those who are suffering in Mayapur and Bangladesh.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're excited to start the program with Canada's capital city. ISKCON Ottawa will kick off the event with Kirtan. Take it away, Yashika Mataji.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Nivadi Paschati Starani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Can everyone hear me well? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Jai, what a wonderful start to the program. Thank you, ISKCON Ottawa, for the lovely kirtan. We will now be having His Holiness Bhaktimarga Swami, who is one of the GBC members for Canada, say a few words. Bhaktimarga Maharaj is also known as the Walking Monk and has walked across Canada a total of 4 times. A fun fact about Maharaj is that he is a playwright, director, and poet. He is currently in a summit right now, but sent this message for the program.
Hare Krishna, I'm Bhaktimarga Swami, and perhaps you've heard the phrase that compassion is the basis of morality. Compassion is the true mark of a Vaishnava. It's a human emotion expressed when one observes the suffering of others. It has become no secret that India at the current time is going through tremendous challenges with the virus COVID-19 coming on full force. And our ISKCON communities are not exempt from being under the attack. Mayapur, Bangladesh, and Vrindavan are some of the places where devotees are having a real tough time because the second wave of the virus is very ugly. Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, expressed that when times of need, it is very important that we come to people's aid. So what's needed now to help our communities are medical supplies, oxygen, ventilators, and food, prasadam of course, and lots of hope. Your prayers are really welcome and appreciated. Yes, your love, and of course, the monetary support coming from Canada is very much needed. We are here on this planet basically to help each other. That's certainly one way to look at it. Today's program is designed to call on your opportunity to help. So this is a service. It is showing love, and Krishna is very pleased. We also like to offer our condolences to those of you whom we know very well and may not know, to those who are dear to you that have lost their lives or are really struggling just to stay alive during this pandemic. That's family, relatives, friends. So yeah, we'll get over this, but we need to bond together and just show solidarity through assistance. Thank you very much for listening. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Bhaktimarga Maharaj, for the very relevant and important message. Remember, we have many more amazing speakers coming up, including His Holiness Radhanath Swami and His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. We will now be having a wonderful kirtan from ISKCON Brampton, led by Amogalila Prabhu. Please stay with us. He will be with us in a minute. Thank you.
While we're waiting, we'd like to thank everybody who has already joined on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as Mayapur TV. Thank you so much for participating and, sending your love and support and prayers. Amogalila will join us in a moment, but also remember that there's so many more speakers coming up shortly, as well as more kirtans and the very auspicious Nrsimha Yagna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please take it away whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Okay, I think we're okay. Put it there. Start. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Thank you, ISKCON Brampton, for the lively kirtan. We will now be having some more talks, and don't forget that there is so much more coming up in the program, such as auspicious Nrsimha Yagna. Now we will have a few words with Ambarish Prabhu, who is the chairman for the TOVP. He has dedicated the past many years to fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's desire to erect grand headquarters for ISKCON in Mayapur.
We hope that everybody is staying safe during this pandemic, and we offer all the blessings from Sri Dham Mayapur, from Sri Panchadava, Sri Radha Madhava, Prahlad Nrsimha and the devotees in Mayapur, to all the devotees around the world, and especially the devotees and friends who are in India who are having a very difficult time now. So we extend our prayers and our well wishes to everybody.
Jai. Ambarish Prabhu has donated $25,000 towards COVID relief for Mayapur and Bangladesh. Thank you, Ambarish Prabhu. Now let's go to ISKCON Mayapur for a special message from Braj Vilas Prabhu. He is the Director of Development and the Global Campaign Director for the TOVP and is the co-director for ISKCON Mayapur.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sridham Mayapur ki jai. Today, our society is facing the greatest crisis. ISKCON Mayapur and Bangladesh, the devotees have been greatly affected by this pandemic. The GBC body got together to assess the situation so that they can help these devotees in Mayapur and in Bangladesh. The GBC body had come up or launched, the GBC body has launched a campaign, ISKCON Mayapur Bangladesh Emergency COVID Appeal. We urgently need $800,000 to help the devotees in Mayapur and Bangladesh. This time, we need your help. We need your support. We need you. Ambarish Prabhu, the chairman of the TOVP, has pledged $25,000 to this cause so that the devotees can breathe. And we kindly request you that please take part in this campaign. Help the devotees in Mayapur and in Bangladesh so that they can get back, they can return to the worship of their lordships. Shri Shri Radha Madhava, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Prahlad Nrsimha and Srila Prabhupada. This is a great opportunity to show compassion to the devotees. Vaishnava Seva. Srila Prabhupada said, health is number one. And that health is being greatly challenged by this pandemic. And we need your support. And this is the right time to help the devotees. On behalf of the TOVP, our humble request at your lotus feet at this hour of crisis is that please go an extra mile to support the devotees in these two places. We pray to their lordships for your good health and long life. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Wow, what heart-touching words all the way from Sridham Mayapur. We hope you are getting inspired to send your love and prayers to support Mayapur and Bangladesh. Here's a glimpse into what is happening. Great. It is now time for another kirtan. The next kirtan will be by Nitlam in ISKCON Montreal. Take it away.
Hare Krishna. Just before we begin the kirtan, I'd just like to thank Radha Priya for reaching out to me and giving us the opportunity to share some kirtan from ISKCON Montreal and just send prayers to those that are really drastically suffering in India and to all of the devotees. Thank you.
Thank you, Nithalam from ISKCON Montreal, for the very sweet kirtan. Next, we'll be having His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj say a few words. He is GBC for Canada along with Bhaktimarga Swami. Incidentally, Gopal Krishna Maharaj studied at McGill University in Montreal and was inspired to become a devotee right here in Canada. Also, don't forget, we still have messages from His Holiness Radhanath Swami, Praharna Devi Dasi, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. Your love and prayers are very much appreciated, and I am sure the devotees in Mayapur and Bangladesh are very grateful for the love and support.
Hare Krishna. Here is a golden opportunity to engage in service to Srila Mayapur, the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the spiritual capital of the world. Mayapur is now a very big community with thousands of Indian and international devotees residing and thousands of visitors from India and abroad visiting regularly. One thing that is lacking in Mayapur is proper medical facilities so that the residents and the guests be taken care. COVID-19 pandemics was a very bad experience. So we are hereby appealing to our friends and devotees, please help Mayapur have a sound medical system that can take care of our resident and visiting devotees. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, for the wonderful and inspiring words. Thank you to everyone who has joined the program on Facebook, on YouTube, and Mayapur TV. Remember, there are many more kirtans and speakers coming up, as well as the much awaited Nrsimha Yagna. Now let's go to ISKCON Toronto for some kirtan from Abhay Prabhu. Let's all chant with our hearts for the protection of these devotees.
Thank you, ISKCON Toronto, for the enlivening kirtan. We are honored to have His Holiness Jayapataka Swami up next. Maharaj has been serving in Mayapur and instrumental to the Mayapur Yatra for many, many years. But what some of you may not know is that he is actually an honorary Canadian because he first met Srila Prabhupada in Canada. He also took first initiation in Montreal, and he started the ISKCON temple in Toronto. So now let's hear from him.
Dear devotees,
all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
I'm speaking to you from Sri Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir
I am speaking to you from Sri Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir
and Sri Mayapur Dham.
and Sri Mayapur Dham.
As you know, there's a COVID-19 second wave in India.
There's a COVID-19 second wave in India.
And being in Mayapur, we are in a rural area.
Being in Mayapur, we are in a rural area
And we're depending on pilgrims.
and we are depending on pilgrims.
But on the present situation, there's hardly any pilgrims.
But at the present situation, there's hardly any pilgrim.
And financially, we're in a very tight situation.
Naturally, we are in a very tight situation.
We want to provide help, care to all the Vaishnavas.
We want to provide help and care to all the Vaishnavas
And even to the Dhamvasis.
and even to the Dhamvasis.
So at present time, over 100 devotees have tested positive.
Over 100 devotees are tested positive.
And but many are not taking the test because of financial restraints.
But many are not taking the test because of the financial restraints.
I want to subsidize the test, the medical care, the prasadam,
So we want to subsidize the test, the medical care and the prasadam
so that we can save lives
so that we can save lives
and we can see that Prabhupada's care is provided.
and we can see that Srila Prabhupada's care is provided.
So this is a great opportunity for you to give some help. We want to provide oxygen,
We want to provide oxygen, medicines, prasadam
to the devotees
to the devotees
who need it.
who need it.
We want to also test them
We also want to test them
so that we can see who is spreading the disease,
so that we can see who is spreading the disease,
who is free of the disease,
who is free of the disease.
and that we need your help.
So for that we need your help.
I'd like to thank you all
So I would like to thank
in
you all
advance for all the help,
in advance for all your help.
and this is a rare situation.
This is a rare situation.
So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Jayapataka Maharaj. You have given us a real understanding of the situation on the grounds of Mayapur and Bangladesh. To donate, the link is in the caption as well as in the comments section. Now we will have a short message from Manu Prabhu, the president of ISKCON Vancouver. Manu Prabhu has been serving the Vancouver Yatra in Canada for many years. We are excited to hear from you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for organizing this wonderful prayers for all the living entities, especially in India and Bangladesh, due to this pandemic. Hats off to the organizers. All credit goes to them. Thank you very much, each one of you in the team. And I just wanted to share how the prayers really work. We remember Prabhupada, when he was sick in America, when he came newly, he asked all the around the world to prayers, and he came out of that problem. And one more incident I remember is, I'm from Hyderabad city in India, I was born and brought up. In early 70s or late 60s, Prabhupada arranged a Nagar Sankirtan just to bring the rain, because the city was suffering with a drought for 3-4 years. And there was no rain, no drinking water, and there were problems. So that time the Nagar Sankirtan did help and the rain did come. So that's how the prayers will definitely help. Thank you very much for the prayers around the world, especially for all the devotees, all the living entities due to this pandemic, COVID. And one thing I remembered is my childhood, my daddy used to tell me, Mana, do you think the mantras will bring down the tamarind from the tree? Or if you keep a lamp in the wind, will it stop? But today I can boldly tell, if my dad was there, he left his body long back, that yes, if we sincerely pray, Krishna will help. And to get the tamarind down, he will send the wind and that will fall down. And he will stop the wind and the lamp will stay. Such a wonderful Krishna consciousness I brought. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada, for bringing this Hare Krishna mantra around the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we are praying for the benefit of all those who are suffering and in the world. I will also chant one time and end this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you once again, organizers. Hats off to you all. Hari Bol.
Shishi Radha Madana Mohan look very beautiful. Thank you, Manu Prabhu. You are right. Canada's donations and prayers are essential to helping the communities in Mayapur and Bangladesh. We still have yet to hear from His Holiness Radhanath Swami and many more Canadian leaders. The Nrsimha Yagna is still coming up, and we thank you for your support. Let's go to the west coast of Canada and let's chant together with ISKCON Mayapur. Anirudh Prabhu, please go ahead.
You. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Prabhupada ki
Jai, what a very moving and sweet kirtan by Anirudh Prabhu from ISKCON Vancouver. It really put us in a meditative mood. Now we would like to welcome a wonderful Canadian woman leader, Praharna Prabhu. Praharna Prabhu is an instrumental part of the ISKCON Toronto community, and she is the Regional Secretary for Canada on the North American GBC Executive and the Canadian National Council. Can't wait to hear from you.
Hare Krishna. You hear me? You hear me now? Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about Mayapur in Bangladesh, having been there so many times, probably 10, 15 times, and how they always, just do everything to make us so welcome and comfortable. The prasadam's amazing. The guest houses are amazing. The temple programs, the kirtans, they have those nice ropes up to protect the women. They have just so much facility, and they just knock themselves out to make our stays really comfortable and transcendental and to give us such a wonderful experience. When you think about what they're going through now, it's just so unfortunate and so heartbreaking. I know some devotees, my friends who are older ladies like me, a couple of them Canadian, who've lived there for years and years, who haven't left their home, like their immediate area, their little place where they live, and except to go to the vegetable stall or to get a few groceries for over a year, because they're so afraid of COVID, given that there's no medical help there, almost none. And our good friend Radhanath Prabhu, who lived in Toronto quite a while, almost passed away from COVID over the last month. He finally was discharged from hospital, but he said it was really tough. So, wow, what can we do? I know I visited the hospital last year. The facilities are really poor. I know they're working on improving them, and the funds that we send to support this will buy a lot of equipment, x-ray machines, more oxygen cylinders, an oxygen generator, things like that, medications. They'll support the staff, hiring more nurses and people who can help get through this COVID. I know there's families there who, like, both mom and dad are sick and they need prasadam. They're too sick to cook. And people have been cooking prasadam and delivering it to these families. There's so many devotees in that situation. They're just too weak and sick to even cook prasadam for their families. The villagers, let alone the villagers who also have this horrible thing and need prasadam also. I know Bhaktimarga Swami arranged for 2 giant bags of rice to go to Mayapur, so that a devotee he knows there can just start making khichdi again and take it down the river and deliver to these villages. It's just a terrible situation there right now, and we have to help them get through it. I don't know if they can do what we're doing in Canada, just really get people vaccinated as fast as possible so that we can, get back to normalcy. Do they have vaccines there? I don't know. And they live close together. It's just a terrible thing. Anyway, let's rally behind them. Let's show them our love and support, as they've shown to us so many times when we visited Mayapur and had such a wonderful, transcendental, blissful experience. Let's give them all we can give with our love and support and prayers, and get them through this terrible time so that they can rebound as a community, get more medical facility for everyone, and understand that the worldwide community is behind them and cares about them, and that in hard times like this, we will support them. So anyway, thank you for doing this program. I love the kirtan. It's beautiful. My gosh. We have Canadian talent, do we not? Anyway, thank you so much. And I look forward to the rest of the program. Hare Krishna, all glories to ISKCON Canada and all glories to ISKCON Mayapur and ISKCON Bangladesh. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Jai. Thank you, Praharna Devi Dasi. You really helped explain how tragic and difficult the situation is for the devotees and how much help is needed. Our next speaker does not need an introduction. We all know him. His Holiness Radhanath Swami is a member of the GBC and has been serving in ISKCON for close to 50 years. He has inspired many from all walks of life and is known for his compassion and inspiration.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam bhavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Today we are facing time of great crisis. Srila Prabhupada established our movement as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, a society where Krishna is in the center. In order to put Krishna in the center, we need to put the well-being of Krishna's devotees in the center of our lives. Along with crisis comes opportunity to render significant, valuable service. In Mayapur Dham, Bengal, Bangladesh, there is a tsunami, a flood of suffering, and people dying because of this coronavirus. As a worldwide movement, it is important that each of us, according to our capacity, could help. Mayapur is the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is the birthplace of the Sankirtan movement. And Srila Prabhupada, understanding this, considered Mayapur to be the very roots of Mahaprabhu's movement. And by watering the roots, the whole tree of Lord Chaitanya's movement will be healthy and grow. For this reason, Srila Prabhupada made Mayapur the international headquarters. And with the help of Ambarish Prabhu and Braj Vilas Prabhu and Sadbhuja Prabhu and their teams, the movement has come together to build the TOVP, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium in Mayapur. Because by nourishing Mayapur, by bringing people to Mayapur, our whole movement will be strong and grow. Nityananda Prabhu took his birth close by in the land of Bangladesh. So much the roots of our society are there. The birthplace of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi, Nilambar Chakravarti, Advaitacharya, Haridas Thakur, Murari Gupta, Govinda Dutt, Vasudev Dutt, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, and so many others. You know, the heritage and the roots of mercy are so much coming from Bengal and Bangladesh. And at this time, in this crisis, there is a great need. Economically, there's desperation. And when our own devotees are suffering and some dying, we must really take this seriously. My sincerest appeal to all devotees throughout the world, let us try to do what we can to help to nourish the headquarters of Srila Prabhupada's compassion and to serve the Lord's devotees. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you for those very touching and valuable words, Maharaj. I'm sure many of you are deeply inspired by the program so far. We really appreciate your support, prayers, and love. Take a look at this video just before we go into our next segment. It is now time for the auspicious Nrsimha Yagna. We will be having this yagya for the protection and blessing of devotees worldwide, as well as for the benefit of humanity in general. The yagya will be performed by Anantgaranga Prabhu. The Nrsimha Astotra Sata Namavali Stotram will be chanted first, which is the chanting of the 108 powerful names of Lord Nrsimhadev. This will be followed by chanting of the Nrsimha Kavacham for the protection of all devotees. Finally, the yagya will conclude with chanting of the Sudarshan Chakra mantras, the often used weapon of the Lord. We should all listen and be engaged during the yagya. These mantras that are being recited have the utmost potency as they are calling on Lord Nrsimhadev, who is the ultimate protector. Now, the yagya will begin.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So thank you for joining. This special Nrsimha Yagna is our humble attempt to offer prayers for the protection and well-being of all those who are suffering. May Lord Nrsimhadev open his arms to protect all of us. Hare Krishna. So we will now perform this Nrsimha Yagna, very powerful Nrsimha Yagna, as it was described in the presence of Gauranitai, Radha Murlidhar, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani, Nrsimhadev himself here in the midst of all the Shaligram Shrilas, Tulsi Maharani, as well as Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas in our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we will start by chanting the Mangal Charan prayers. So all of you, I know you are muted, but you can actually, chant along with me. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sargana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sargana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Desatarine Mukam Karoti Bachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yakripata Mahamande Shri Gurun Dina Taranam Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pratayata Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namine gauratrise namaha. Namo brahmanya devaya go brahmanyayitaya cha jagaditaya Krishnaya govindaya namo namaha. Hey Krishna karuna sindhu dina bandhu jagatpate gopesha gopika kanta radha kanta namostute. Tapta kanchana gaurange radhe vrindavaneshwari vrishabhanu sude devi pranamami hari priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasidi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So the Purvangam, the preliminary activities have already been completed, including the Punya Vachanam, which is done for physical purification, for sanctification of the space that absolves all sins and that which grants all success and prosperity. It's already completed. So we are ready to get started. We will chant the Purusha Sukta mantra because, Srimad Bhagavatam 2nd canto, 5th and 6th chapter actually elaborates this Purusha Sukta, as well as in the 6th canto, Narada Muni is instructing Chitraketu, and there is reference to Purusha Sukta, as well as in the 8th canto, we hear Kashyapa Muni is instructing Mother Aditi to chant the Purusha Sukta, as well as then Payovrata sacrifice was performed, and then Vamana Dev appeared. And of course, the most famous instance is in the 10th canto when Mother Earth was overburdened with demoniac kings, and then approached Brahma, and then all the other devatas went to Shirodakashai Vishnu and chanted the Purusha Sukta mantra, and then eventually Lord Krishna appeared. And also in the 11th canto, 27th chapter, Lord Krishna explains twice to Uddhava to chant the Purusha Sukta. So there's a lot of reference, as well as in Chaitanya Bhagavat, we read during the Sata Prahariya Leela, 21 hours of ecstatic manifestation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Purusha Sukta was chanted. And also, ISKCON founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktimarga Swami Srila Prabhupada is explaining to us in the Adi Leela in, I don't remember the exact verse, I think it is chapter 17, verse 18, where Srila Prabhupada is explaining that Purusha Sukta should be chanted during auspicious events like Abhishek. So with that, we will chant the Purusha Sukta. It'll take about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we will get started off with the Yajna. As I mentioned, Punya Vachanam and everything has been completed. Om Tacham Yoravinimahe Gatum Yagyaya Gatum Yagyapataye Daivihi Swastirastunaha Swastir Manushebhyaha Urdvam Jigatu Beshajam Shanno Astu Dvipate Shanchatushpate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Om Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasracha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishvato Britpa Atyatishtadangulam Purusha Evedagum Sarvam Yad Bhutan Yad Chapavyam Udamritatva Seshanaha Yadannena Tirohati Etavanasya Mahima Ato Jaya Guscha Purushaha Pado Osya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Mritam Divihi Tripadu Daudait Purushaha Pado O Ehat Pavat Punaha Tato Vishwan Yakramate Sashanana Shane Abhi Tasma Virada Jayata Virajo Adipurushaha Sajato Atyarichata Pachad Bhumimato Puraha Yat Purushena Avishaha Deva Yagyamathanvata Vasanto Asya Sidajyam Grishma Idma Sharadabihi Sapyasyasan Paridaya Trisapta Samida Kritaha Devaya Degyantan Vanaha Abadnan Purusham Pasum Tam Yagyam Barishi Praukshan Purushan Jadamakrataha Tena Deva Ayajanta Sadhya Rishayaschaye Tasma Ad Yajnat Sarvavataha Samridam Prishadajyam Pasugashchagaschakreva Yamyan Aranyan Gramyaschaye Tasma Ad Yajnat Sarvavataha Rijasamani Jaknire Sanjahum Sijaknire Tasma Ad Jata Ajavayaha Yat Purusham Vyavadahu Kaditavya Kalpayan Mukam Kimasya Kau Bahu Kaburu Pada Uchyete Brahmano Osya Mukamasit Bahu Rajan Yakritaha Guru Tadasya Yat Vaishaha Padvyagum Sudro Ajayata Chandrama Manaso Jataha Chaksho Suryo Ajayata Mugadindras Chagnischa Pranat Vayurajayacha Nabhya Asi Dantariksham Sheshnav Dyav Samavartata Padvyam Bhumitis Srotra At Tata Loka Kumakalpayan Vedaha Medam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasastu Pare Sarvani Rupani Vichityadiraha Namani Kritva Vivadani Yadaste दादा पुरस्ताद्य मुजारहारा चक्र प्रविद्वान् प्रतिशश्चरस्तः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृतय्य भवति नान्य पंथा अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् तेहनाहं महिमानस्य चन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः अद्य सम्बोध पृथिव्यैरसा आश विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताति तस्य त्वष्टा विदधत् रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजानमग्रेः वेदाहमेदं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वान् अमृतय्य भवति नान्य पंथा विद्यते यनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीरा परिजानन्ति योनिं मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेदसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्राह्मये रुचं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा असन्वसेः ऋष्यते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्नाओ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनो व्यातम् इष्टं मनीषाना अमुं मनीषाना सर्वं मनीषाना ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम. So now we'll start the Agni Yagya. We'll chant some of the preliminary mantras before we get started. Om Agni Ile Purohitam Yagyasya Devam Ridvijam Otaharam Ratnadatamam Hari Om. Om Iseto Jetva Vaya Vastu Paya Vastu Devo Va Savita Prarpetu Shvestatam Aya Karmana Hari Om. ओम अग्ना आयाय वीते गृणानो हव्यदाते नियोता सत्सिबा ऋषि हरि ओम. ओम शन्नो देवी अभिष्टे आपो भवन्तु पीते शन्नो रविश्रवन्तु नः हरि ओम. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. ओम वज्रनकाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदंष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नरसिंह प्रचोदयात्. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. वनस्पति रसोत्पन्नो गन्धोद्यो गन्ध उत्तम आग्रेय सर्वधूपानां दीपोऽयं प्रतिक्रियताम्. चंद्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणात् वायुरजाय च. Nrsimhaya Nevidyam Samarpayami. Indrama manaso jatah chakshu suryo ajayata mukhadintra chagnisha pranat vayurajayata Vishnu paramam padam sada pachanti surya deva chakshuratatam tad vipraso vipanyo jagramagam sasamindate Vishnu yat paramam padam. Om namo Nrsimhaya mantra pushpam samarpayami. Om yopam pushpam veda pushpavan pajavan pasuman bhavati. Chandrama apam pushpam pushpavan pajavan pasuman bhavati. Evam veda yopam ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. Okay, Hare Krishna, we'll get started. We'll start off with Vyasta Samasta Mahavriti Homa. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namama. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Achyutaya Idam Namama. Om Swa Swaha Idam Narayanaya Idam Namama. Om Bhur Vaswa Swaha Idam Anantaya Idam Namama. So devotees will be very familiar with one of the very powerful verses from the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So maybe we can get started off with that mantra. This is Abhaya Nrsimha mantra from the 5th canto, 18th chapter, verse number 8. Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya Namaste Jastejase Abhiravirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamstra Karma Sayan Rande Rande Tamo Grasa Grasa Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuishta Om Strong Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now we will chant the 108 very powerful names of Lord Nrsimha for the protection of all the devotees who need this. They're suffering, and for their well-being, we'll offer the 108 names of Lord Nrsimha Dev. Om Narasimhaya Swaha, Om Mahasimhaya Swaha, Om Divyasimhaya Swaha, Om Mahabalaya Swaha, Om Ugrashimhaya Swaha, Om Mahadevaya Swaha, Om Stambhajaya Swaha, Om Ugralochanaya Swaha, Om Raudraya Swaha, Om Sarvadbhutaya Swaha, Om Shrimate Swaha, Om Yoganandaya Swaha, Om Trivikramaya Swaha, Om Hare Swaha, Om Kolahalaya Swaha, Om Chakrine Swaha, Om Vijayaya Swaha, Om Jayavarnanaya Swaha, Om Panchanaya Swaha, Om Parabrahmane Swaha, Om Agoraya Swaha, Om Gora Vikramaya Swaha, Om Jwalanmukaya Swaha, Om Mahajwalaya Swaha, Om Jwalamaline Swaha, Om Mahaprabhave Swaha, Om Nityakshaya Swaha, Om Sahasrakshaya Swaha, Om Dirnirikshaya Swaha, Om Pratapanaya Swaha. Om Mahadhamstraya Yudaya Swaha, Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Chandagopine Swaha, Om Sadashivaya Swaha, Om Hiranyakashipu Dvamsine Swaha, Om Daityadana Vibhanjanaya Swaha, Om Gunabhadraya Swaha, Om Mahabhadraya Swaha, Om Balabhadrakaya Swaha, Om Subhadrakaya Swaha. Om Karalaya Swaha, Om Vikaralaya Swaha, Om Vikatre Swaha, Om Sarvakatraya Swaha, Om Simshu Maraya Swaha, Om Trilokatmane Swaha, Om Ishaya Swaha, Om Sarveshwaraya Swaha, Om Vibhave Swaha, Om Bhairava Dambaraya Swaha, Om Divyaya Swaha, Om Achyutaya Swaha, Om Kavaye Swaha, Om Madhavaya Swaha, Om Adokshajaya Swaha, Om Aksharaya Swaha, Om Sarvaya Swaha, Om Vanamaline Swaha, Om Varapradaya Swaha, Om Vishwambaraya Swaha, Om Adbhutaya Swaha, Om Bhavyaya Swaha, Om Shri Vishnave Swaha, Om Purushottamaya Swaha, Om Anagastraya Swaha, Om Nakastraya Swaha, Om Surya Jyotishe Swaha, Om Sureshwaraya Swaha, Om Sahasra Bahave Swaha, Om Sarvagyaya Swaha, Om Sarva Siddhi Pradayakaya Swaha, Om Vajradamstraya Swaha, Om Manjra Dakaya Swaha, Om Mahanandaya Swaha, Om Parantapaaya Swaha, Om Sarva Mantraika Rupaya Swaha, Om Sarva Tantratmakaya Swaha, Om Abhyaktaya Swaha, Om Subhyaktaya Swaha, Om Vaishhaka Shukla Bhotodhyaya Swaha, Om Sharanagata Vatsalaya Swaha, Om Udara Kirtaye Swaha, Om Punyatmane Swaha, Om Mahatmane Swaha, Om Chanda Vikramaya Swaha, Om Vedatraya Purpajaya Swaha, Om Bhagavate Swaha, Om Parameshwaraya Swaha, Om Srivatsankaya Swaha, Om Srinivasaya Swaha, Om Jagat Vyapine Swaha, Om Jaganmayaya Swaha, Om Jaganpalaya Swaha, Om Jagannadaya Swaha, Om Mahakayaya Swaha, Om Divirupaya Brute Swaha, Om Paramatmane Swaha, Om Paranjyotishe Swaha, Om Nirgunaya Swaha, Om Nirakeshirine Swaha, Om Paratatvaya Swaha, Om Parandamne Swaha, Om Sachidananda Vigrahaya Swaha, Om Lakshmi Nrsimhaya Swaha, Om Sarvatmane Swaha, Om Dhiraya Swaha, Om Pralada Palakaya Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Swaha. So now we will chant the Nrsimha Kavacha Stotra, and this is from the Brahmanda Purana, spoken by Prahlad Maharaj himself. This set of mantra vanquishes all kinds of impediments and provides one all protection and bestows opulence and removes bad influence of any planets as well, and removes all sins, diseases, as well as vanquishes them, as well as grants a liberation. So let's meditate on Lord Nrsimha Dev, who's seated on a golden throne. That's the description of this mantra. Who's seated on a golden throne with Lakshmi Devi to his left-hand side, just like Srimati Radharani is to the left-hand side of Lord Krishna towards the heart. You can say after one is married. And Lord has 4 arms and armed with conch and disc and lotus, as well as gada, and golden earring he's got, and dressed in molten golden colored yellow garments, and Garuda is offering prayers as well. So through this chanting, we seek the protection of Lord Nrsimha Dev to every part of gross body and subtle body as well, for all the devotees, especially for the devotees who were impacted by COVID. We can chant this for their protection. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nrsimha Kavacham Vakshe Prahlade Noditam Pura Sarvarakshakaram Punyam Sarvopadravanashanam Swaha. Sarva Sampatkaram Chaiva Swarga Moksha Pradayakam Gyatma Nrsimham Devesham Hema Simhasanastitam Swaha. Vibhrtasyam Trinayanam Sharadindu Samaprabham Lakshmyalingita Vamangam Vibhuti Pirupashritam Swaha. Chaturbhujam Komalangam Swarna Kundala Shobhitam Saroja Shobhito Raskam Ratnakeyura Mudritam Swaha. Tapta Kanchana Shankasham Pita Nirmala Vasasam Indradimula Maulishtam Spuran Manikya Deeptibihi Swaha. Virajita Paradvandam Shanka Chakradi Hetibihi Garutmatacha Vinayat Stuyamana Mudanvitam Swaha. Swarit Kamala Sampasam Kritvatu Kavacham Pate Nrsimho Me Shiraf Patu Lokaraksharta Sambhavaha Swaha. Sarva Gopi Stampavasa Palam Me Rakshatu Dvanim Nrsimho Me Drishau Patu Soma Suryagni Lochanaha Swaha. Smritam Me Patu Nirahari Muni Varya Stuti Priya Nasam Me Simhanasastu Mukam Lakshmi Mukapriyaha Swaha. Sarva Vidyadipa Padu Nrsimho Rasanam Mama Vaktram Padvindu Vadanam Sada Prahlada Vanditaha Swaha. Nrsimhe Patu Me Kantam Skando Bhubrida Nandakrit Divyastra Shobhito Bhujaha Nrsimho Padu Me Bhujau Swaha. Karo Me Deva Varado Nrsimho Padu Sarvataha Hridayam Yogi Sadhyascha Nivasam Padu Me Arihi Swaha. Madhyam Padu Hiranyaksha Vaksha Kukshi Vidaranaha Nabhim Me Padu Narahari स्वनाभि ब्रह्म संस्तुतः स्वाहा ब्रह्म कोट्यकात्यां यस्यासो पादुमे कतिं गुह्यं मे पादु गुह्यानां मंत्राणां गुह्य रूपधृक् स्वाहा ऊरु मनोभव पादो जानुनी नर रूपधृक् जंगे पातु दरापारा अत्ता योचो नर केशरी स्वाहा सुरराज्य प्रद पातो पादुमे नररीश्वरः सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषा पादुमे सर्वशस्तनुं स्वाहा मनोग्रह पूर्वतः पातो महावीराग्रह जोग्नितः महाविष्णु दक्षिणे तु महाज्वालस्तु नैऋतः स्वाहा पश्चिमे पातु सर्वेषु दिशि मे सर्वतोमुखः नरसिंहे पातु वायव्यां सौम्यां भूषण विग्रह स्वाहा ईशान्यां पातु भद्रो मे सर्वमंगलदायकः संसार भयतः पातु मृत्युर्नरकेशरी स्वाहा इदं नरसिंह कवचं प्रहलादे मुखमण्डितं भक्तिमान्ये पते नित्यं नैत्यं सर्व पाप प्रमुच्यते स्वाहा पुत्रवान् धनवान् लोके दीर्घायु उपजायते यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोत्य संशयः स्वाहा सर्वत्र जयमाप्नोति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत् भूम्यन्तरिक्ष दिव्यानां ग्रहाणां विनिवारणं स्वाहा वृश्चिकोरग संभूत विशापहरणं परं ब्रह्म राक्षस यक्षाणां दूरोच्चारण कारणं स्वाहा भूर्जे वा तालपत्रे वा कवचं लिखितं शुभं करमूले धृतं येन सिद्ध्येयु कर्म सिद्धयः स्वाहा देवासुर मनुष्येषु स्वं स्वमेव जयं लभेत् एकसन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा एपते नियतो नरः स्वाहा कवचसास्य मंत्रस्य मंत्रसिद्धि प्रजायते अनेन मंत्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्माभिर्मन्त्राणां स्वाहा तिलकं विन्यसेद्यस्तु तस्य ग्रह भयं हरे त्रिवारं जपमानस्तु दत्तं वार्याभिमन्त्र च स्वाहा प्रासयेद्यो नरो मन्त्रं नरसिंह ध्यायमाचरेत् तस्य रोगा प्रणश्यन्ति एचस्यु कुक्षि संभवाः स्वाहा गर्जन्तं गर्जयन्तं निजभुजपडलं स्फोटयन्तं हटन्तं रूप्यन्तं तापयन्तं दिवि भुवि दिशिशं क्षेपयन्तं क्षिपन्तं क्रन्दन्तं रोषयन्तं दिशि दिशि सततं सम्मरन्तं वरन्तं वीक्षन्तं पूर्णयन्तं करनिकरसते दिव्यसिंहं नमामि स्वाहा इति श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणे प्रहलादोक्तं श्री नरसिंह कवचं संपूर्णम्. So in Jagannath Puri, every 12 or 19 years, when the deities are changed, deity forms are changed, the installation yagya often includes this mantra that is chanted many millions of times. So we will chant this mantra with the bija mantra. Om Hrim Shram Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Bhishanam Patram Mrityur Nityam Namamyaham Swaha. Om Hrim Shram Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Bhishanam Patram Mrityur Nityam Namamyaham Swaha. Om Hrim Shram Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Bhishanam Patram Mrityur Nityam Namamyaham Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya Namaste Tejase Avirabhirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamsta Karmasaya Rande Rande Tamo Grasa Grasa. Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuishta Om Shram Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya Namaste Tejase Avirabhirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamsta Karmasaya Rande Rande Tamo Grasa Grasa. Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuishta Om Shram Swaha. Idam Nrsimhaya Idam Namama. Now we chant the mantra for Sudarshana, the most often used weapon that we read from Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Paramatmane Parakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Aushadha Astra Sastra Samra Mrityor Moche Moche Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Ditva Jalaya Paridaya Sarvadik Shobhana Karaya Hum Pat Brahmane Parama Jyotishe Sahasrara Pat Swaha Idam Sudarshanaya Idam Namama. Om Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Paramatmane Parakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Aushadha Astra Sastra Samra Samra Mrityor Moche Moche Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Ditya Jala Paridaya Sarvadik Shobhana Karaya Humpat Brahmane Parama Jyotishe Sahasrara Pat Swaha Idam Sudarshanaya Idam Namama. ओम क्लीं कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोविजन वल्लभाय पराय परम पुरुषाय परमात्मने परकर्म मंत्र यंत्र तंत्र औषध अस्त्र शस्त्र समर मृत्युर्मोचे मोचे। ओम नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय दीप्तजाल परिधाय सर्वदिक्षोपणाय कराय हुं पट ब्रह्मणे परम ज्योतिषे सहस्रार ओम पट स्वाहा इदम सुदर्शनाय इदम नमः। We'll also chant the mantra to appease the Leela avatars, the 10 Leela avatars of the Lord. We will chant from the Dasavatar sloka. ओ वेदान उद्धरते जगदिवादे भूलोकम कृपते दैत्यम दारेते बलिम चलेते छत्राशयम पूर्वते पौलोस्याम जयते हलम कलेते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान्मुच्यते दशाकृति कृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः स्वाहा। ओ वेदान उद्धरते जगदिवादे भूलोकम कृपते दैत्यम दारेते बलिम चलेते छत्राशयम पूर्वते पौलोस्याम जयते हलम कलेते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान्मुच्यते दशाकृति कृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः स्वाहा। वेदानुत्तरते जगदिवादे भूलोकमद्विप्रते दैत्यं तारेते बलं चलेते छत्राशयं पूर्वते पौलस्यां जयते हलं कलेते कारुण्यमातन्वते मेचान्मुच्यते दशाकृतिकृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः स्वाहा। So now we'll offer again we'll offer some naivedyam to Lord Nrsimha Dev. Om Namo Nrsimhaya naivedyam samarpayami. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Vishnavedam Namama. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Achudayidam Namama. Om Swaha Idam Narayanayidam Namama. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Anantayidam Namama. Om Namo Rudraya Pashpade Swaha Idam Rudraya Pashpade Idam Namama. Do a Vaishnava Homa. Om Ajnana Divirandasya Gnanjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Swaha Idam Gurave Idam Namama. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। इदं वैष्णवेभ्यो इदं नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा स्वाहा। इदं पंचतत्वाय इदं नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा। ओम प्रजा आपदे विष्णु नत्वतेतानन्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभुव यत् कामस्ते जुवस्तत्नो अस्तु वायं सामपतयो रहिनां स्वाहा। इदं विष्णवेदं नमः। ओम प्रजा आपदे विष्णु नत्वतेतानन्या विश्वा जातानि परिता बभुव यत् कामस्ते जुवस्तत्नो अस्तु वायं सामपतयो रहिनां स्वाहा। इदं विष्णवेदं नमः। ओम प्रजा आपदे विष्णु नत्वतेतानन्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभुव यत् कामस्ते जुवस्तत्नो अस्तु वायं सामपतयो रहिनां स्वाहा। इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः। Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So we'll do the Purnahuti. Om Narayanaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. Om Purnahuti Uttamam Jyoti Sarvam Vai Purnahuti Sarvam Evapnoti Atam Evai Purnahuti Asyameva Pratitishthati Swaha Agneya Vaushat. संच मे मयश्च मे प्रियंच मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौनसश्च मे भद्रंच मे शेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणंच मे यन्ताच मे धृताच मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतश्च मे विश्वंच मे मायश्च मे संवित्त मे ज्ञातंच मे सूश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे सीरंच मे लायश्च मर्दंच मे मृतंच मे यक्ष्मंच मे नामयश्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वंच मे नमित्रंच मे भयंच मे सुगंच मे सायनंच मे सुसाच मे सुदिनंच मे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नूचा पुराच सदानं रहीनां जातस्य चजाय मानस्य चक्षां सचश्च गोपां भवाचस्तपूरे ए देवा अग्निं धारयन् द्रविनोदा द्रविणसस्तुरस्य द्रविनोदा सनारस्य प्रयं सत् द्रविनोदा वीरवाति मृषं नो द्रविनोदा रासत् दीर्घमायुः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So that concludes the Nrsimha Homa, where we chanted the very powerful 108 names of Lord Nrsimha Dev, along with the Nrsimha Kavacha Stotram from the Brahmanda Purana. As we said, we have done all the preliminary activities, Purvangam, earlier on. So that's why it was shorter in duration. So hopefully this potency of this mantra and the mercy of Lord Nrsimha Dev reaches out to all who need this protection. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Nangaranga Prabhu. That Nrsimhadev Yagya was so powerful and so potent. I'm sure all of you felt the strength of those mantras. This program really allowed us to pray and send our love to the devotees in Mayapur and Bangladesh. All of us would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting and sending your love to these devotees. Prayers are so crucial in this time of need, and you have done just that during today's program. We would also like to thank all of the centers across Canada, the Canadian leaders, and the GBC who participated in this program and made it possible. Thank you to all of the kirtaniyas who chanted with their hearts, and to all the amazing speakers who shared their words of wisdom. Also, thank you to my co-hosts for making this program go so smoothly. I hope you all enjoyed this program. Even though this program is ending, that does not mean that your support and prayers have to end too. Please continue to send your love and support. Thank you. Hare Krishna.